Hello, I'm Andrea Gilligan and you're welcome to Donegal TV. Welcome to Donegal TV and to our 2014 local and European election special. Donegal went to the polls recently to vote in the Irish local and European elections. Across the 5 electoral areas in County Donegal, 83 candidates contested the 37 seats available. That's an increase of 8 to reflect the abolition of the local town councils. There was also 4 seats to fill in the extended Midlands North West Ireland European Constituency. There are over 125,000 people eligible to vote in County Donegal, with an electorate of over 31,000 in the Letterkenny electoral area, where there were 10 seats to fill. Inishowen, with 9 seats, has just over 30,000 voters, while there are 6 seats each in Donegal and Glenties, both with just over 22,000 voters, and Stranorlar with just over 19,000. Voters were presented with 2 ballot papers, one for the local elections and the other for the European elections, with all the papers going into the same box. The papers were separated and verified in Letterkenny, with the European votes being sent to Castlebar and the council votes to the count centres in the 5 electoral areas. The Donegal TV election team of Shane Wallace, Shane Murphy, Charlie Collins, Finbar Boyle and myself were there to record the reaction in all of the constituencies. Charlie Collins reports.
In Letterkenny, after a count that went on to the early hours of the morning, 10 candidates were elected. Fianna Fáil's top candidates Liam Blaney and Kieran Brogan will be joined in Milford by newcomer James Pat McDaid. Blaney was elected on the first count after topping the poll yet again. Sinn Féin returned 2 successful candidates, former Letterkenny Town Councillor Jerry McMonigal and outgoing councillor Mick Quinn, who pipped Donald Cullen for the last seat on the 17th count. Also elected on the 17th count were independent candidates Michael McBride and Desi Shields, and they'll be joined in Milford by fellow independent candidates former Mayor Ian McGarvey and John O'Donnell, a newcomer and son of the late Eddie O'Donnell. Former Letterkenny Town Councillor Jimmy Kavanagh was the only Fine Gael successful candidate in the Letterkenny constituency, as former councillor Noel McBride missed out as the voters decided to punish the party for the austerity of the last number of years.
Anything less than 2 seats, to be honest, in this was unthinkable for us. And, it's just the way the thing is bounced now, and it looks like we are going to have lot smaller numbers than Milford, and we're going to have to try and make the best of it. And listen, it's not going to be easy. I know that it's not going to be easy, and we could well find ourselves in a situation that we haven't got a lot of say over the next 5 years.
Real victorious day for the O'Donnell family and as a whole, and I think that it's a great day for the people of Donegal and also for the people of the Letterkenny Milford area, that they wanted a change and they went out and spoke and they voted for change, and they wanted a good, strong, independent voice, and now they've found that I am going to be that voice for the people of Donegal.
Yeah. People are electing us for a reason, for a purpose, and they're also looking for hope. And what we've been saying all along, it's just about a fair and equitable distribution of the wealth in the country. Keep saying, why would a public servant be valued at more than €100,000 a year of a salary? It's absolutely ridiculous. We don't need those gross wages in the public service, in banking, a fair taxation system, where those people who can actually afford to pay, and there are many of them out there, but where those people who can afford to pay their fair share.
The expectation was that I would do well because of my vote the last time, but in reality, with the 22 candidates and the strength of a lot of them candidates, for me to reach the quota and to top the poll on the first count, it was totally unbelievable. And I have to put that down to the loyalty of the supporters, and the great team of people that has been behind me all this last 11 years I've been in the county council, and I suppose it's a great team of people has been behind the bleeding machine this last 80 years, and it's down to them that we have done what we've done today.
One has to be pleased in my situation. So much involved in community life in my lifetime. At every opportunity, want to see our people and community and county do well. As long as we look after what we can for people and try to persuade, we'll say, government and even from the EU to Donegal to provide for people, because if we look after the wider community, everybody benefits.
Well, this was always going to be a test for Fianna Fáil, and I think Fianna Fáil is at a difficult juncture at the moment. We need to be the first to recognise that. Some people have been slow to recognise that, but I think any organisation is only as good as the people they have on the ground doing the work. From my part, I'm very proud of the track record that I have doing one-to-one constituency work for different people. I think people are aware of that, and I think it'd be fair to say that local elections a lot of the time is about the local candidate themselves as well, and you know, every candidate who fought this election deserves great credit for that.
My cameras were out in the doors canvassing for me. They said, give this young fella a chance, and now they've given me this chance, and it's up to me now to deliver, and I'll do my level best to deliver and take the chance with the two hands. So
yeah, I'm kind of my own man. I'm not really going to be looking to see who's there to join up with. I'm going to be an independent within the independents, if that's the way it is. I've heard other candidates are saying they want to now form pacts. Well, I'd ask them to maybe think about what it means to be an independent. Either you're independent or you're not. Forming a grouping independence is like forming a new party as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. That's it.
So you might be an awkward independent in some people's views.
Well, I'll be an independent, Charlie. That's what I intend to be at all times. And do what's right in each situation. Whatever's right's right.
It was sad when we heard the Letterkenny Town Council was getting abolished, and obviously I thought long and hard then about coming and standing for the county council elections, because it's a big step up, as you know. Yeah. And I'm delighted now they made the right decision. I went in front of the people again, and I think the vote that I got out of Letterkenny vindicated the hard work that I've been doing this last 10 years as a town councillor.
Yeah. I suppose going back to 5 years ago, we put in a massive effort, and I think we got 1,480 first preference votes. It was very disappointing to get stuck not picking up any transfers. We've changed our strategy this time around, decided to run an independent campaign that gave us the latitude to canvass the full electoral area. We put a big effort into canvassing in Letterkenny, and I think maybe now the transfer figures are showing that probably was a good move to do that, you know, because we're getting transfers here this time around where the last time we were unable to get them, you know.